Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Minecraft Bedrock Survival. In today's episode we are getting out of the base and going on a little adventure. I've been doing quite a lot of work down here in the storage system and we need to get away from the area and have a look at something else. So today we're going to be exploring, having a look at some desert temples, because I don't think I've shown them in this series. Of course it's one of the the older structures, but we don't really visit them that often. But I'll give you a quick update on what I've been working on. You'll see here is our main chamber for getting in and out of the storage system, so these directions here are all the different storage boxes, and I've been working on this massive hall. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to put in here. I do want some more farms and maybe some automatic brewing stations but I do want to build another one of these on the other side as well, and you see there that's going to be the entrances on this side once we decide what exactly we are going to build in here. So, I have filled our inventory with some empty boxes and some tools and odds and ends, and we're going to go and find a desert to see if we can find a desert temple. Now, I can't go that way for them because I know I've cleared out virtually all of them, well, all of them within reasonable distance anyway that way. So, let's head on out here. And you'll see here, you can see our navigation towers dotted around from when before we were allowed to have the coordinates in the top corner. Let's just fly across here a little bit higher. This direction as well, of course, takes us over to the first village that we discovered in this area. There we go, you can see there. Before we could fly as well, you know, you had to build these big towers so that I could see from point to point where I was going. And there's another tower as well. They've all got scaffolding ready because we're going to build some little houses on top of them at some stage. I've built a couple, but I would like to build some more. Now you see down there the first village we discovered in this area, and that hole there is the mine shaft where we got all the blocks to build that. And here we go, we've got a desert coming up here. But I know from previous exploring that area, because I went over that area to get some cactus, I don't believe there are any desert temples next to that one. So let's head across this way. See that area in the distance? If I turn the camera, you'll be able to see it in the ultra-wide screen. That is one of the pillager outposts, and that is also the one where we got the achievements from, and that's the village as well, where we had our first raid. So we must be getting close to some of the slightly less explored areas, and definitely we must be close to my area where I go to get sand. That must be around here somewhere. In fact, does that look like a portal there? Ah, yeah, there we go, and we can... This is the area where I come to mine out sand, and if we can see down there in the middle, that is our set piece for where we uncovered the Stargate. Let's just have a quick zoom down here. So you see, this is where we found the Stargate. Oops, the cover stone that was covering it in that episode. Let's just hop out of this little hole here. So let's see if there must be some around this area. Oh, and you see there, if we just fly up a little bit, there was a big shadow you could see there in the distance. That is our white map. So that's the it's 128 by 128 square, all full of, I believe it was snow I used for that one. But anyway, we're here for the deserts. And that looks like one there. Right, let's head on down there. We'll be able to tell if I've raided it or not because I always leave I always take the blocks out of the front to signify that I've already raided it. So let's have a fly down here. So of course you find these in only in the desert biomes. They're like little pyramids. And yep, it doesn't look like I've been here because the front is intact. I usually take a bit of the terracotta out the front so from a distance I can see. So this is it. This is a desert temple. Just a small little pyramid structure. There's a couple of little entrances dotted around. You can of course as well come in through the top and you see there's a little pattern on the floor there. Let's go through the main door and take a look here. So let's have a look in here. It's quite a enclosed space. There's a little bit of a walkway down at the side, but the real thing that we're looking for is underneath here. But just before we go down there, let's have a quick look in here. So you see this is inside of the towers, so it's the same on the other side, and then you have the upper floor here where there's not much. But as I said, what we are looking for is beneath us. So let's knock out those blocks there, and you'll see there is a set of chests down at the bottom, but what you'll also see, there is a pressure plate in the middle. Now, I was going to bring scaffolding, but I've just thought I don't think I have any in my inventory. Let's have a look. That might be some scaffolding in the redstone box. Yep, we'll take that, and we will pop that back in there, and we'll get the silk touch. Let's grab up that, and what we're going to do is, avoiding that pressure plate at all costs, we're going to drop some scaffolding down. You could of course fly down, or you could dig a little outside area to make some steps going down, but we're going to pop some scaffolding in. And we're going to come down, and we're going to very carefully take out that. And let's gather up that terracotta there. So first off, let's have a little look and see why we took that pressure plate out, and we're going to be incredibly careful. Because you see here, there is TNT all underneath here. So let's mine that up, because we could do with some TNT, because we're going to be making another big hole back at the base, and I don't really need the bow just yet. Let's just make some steps here, and now let's have a look and see what treasures we might get in the desert temple. So what have we got here? A fire protection book, a few ores. Let's see if we can gather all that up. I tell you what, we brought these empty boxes. Let's start. Pop one of those up there, and we will start filling this with the loot that we're going to collect. And let's see, so that was the first one. What have we got in the second one? So we have gold horse armour. Let's just gather up all of that. Ooh, some emeralds. Another horse armour. Of course, they don't stack, do they? Plenty of string, so that's good, because one of the things that we're after at the minute. Oh, look at that, we've got some diamonds as well. It's one thing though that we don't, under normal circumstances would be great, but we have absolutely tons of diamonds back at the base. So let's just gather up all that, and do we have our axe with us? Because we're not going to leave chests, because chests could come in useful down the line. So let's just pop everything that we've managed to collect into our chest. There we go, so that was the first one. We're going to have a look at a few of these and see what else we can get from a few different temples. So let's pop this back into our inventory, and we will have another fly around the desert and see if we can find any more temples. So let's come out here, and oh, the sun's going down. We'll see if we can get to the next one and pop the bed down. Here we go. See, you've got these little things here as well, and as far as I'm aware, there is nothing here of value. These are just little water features that are dotted around in the deserts. But let's keep on going and see what we can spot. Let's get a little bit of altitude and see if we can find anything. There we go. That looks like there's one just down in a little hole there. Oh, in fact, it doesn't actually look like. Actually, that looks really good. That one. It looks like it's been buried thousands of years in the sand. Maybe we should have built the Stargate thing here. That would. But before we do anything, let's quickly sleep, and hopefully these guys don't get to us. Yep, there we go. Let's just take out these guys. And how are we going to get into this one then? Because the entrance is somewhere down here. I suppose we could just go in straight through the top. There we go. So let's tell you what we'll do in this one. We will not use scaffolding, because you might not have scaffolding. Let's go down the way that I used to go down these before we had any tools. So what I would do is I would just come along the outside. Just concerned that I would set off the pressure plate and just make a little step, simply going around the outside. You'll get round here in a moment, and that's you down at the bottom. You can get rid of that pressure plate, and then you've got a little step going back up. And we can just get a little bit of sand out. Pop that there, and that is our little spiralling path to get back out. So let's have a look, and let's get another shulker out. Let's pop that up there. And get rid of some of these other bits that we've accumulated already. And let's see what we have in this one. So we have some bones, saddles. I'll get rid of that when I get back to the base, because we have chests full of saddles. Oh, another book. So what we've got on here, feather falling. We'll have that. Let's gather up some more of that. So we've got some more strings, another saddle. Oh, I thought that was going to be an enchanted apple there, but no, it's just a regular golden apple. And the last one, what have we got here? A lure book. I don't know if I have any of those actually in stock, so that could be actually really useful. And let's once again, let's gather up these chests and pop a good chunk of this loot away in the box. Okay, that's everything collected from down there, so now we can just simply jump up our little spiral path that we made. And we can... that's an idea. We're not going to be able to escape here very easily, are we? Ah, here we go. Let's just take out that sand block. So, okay, so that's 2 desert temples down. Let's see if we can find any more. Ooh, see if we can fly. Oh, hang on, look, there's one right next to us, and that one looks like it's really high up in the surface. So let's swoop down into this one. And, oh, that was close. Let's get rid of that spider. And, right, let's carve out this. I tell you what we'll do, we will raid this one, but we will leave the TNT. And we'll see if we can trigger it and get away before it all explodes. Of course, I always thought I was going to actually stand on that in any case. So let's see, what have we got in here? Just some gunpowder, odds and ends, nothing really exciting. Ooh, a book. Let's just gather up all of these. Over there we have another book, piercing. I'm not sure if I have any of those in stock, and just some regular golden apples again. Let's just quickly gather up some of that. And the last one, and another golden apple. So done well for the golden apples on this trip, just no enchanted ones this time around. Right, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to somehow... can I fly out of here first? No, so it means I'm going to have to somehow get onto there, right. Let's get up here. Now we will fall down straight away, I think. Oh no. So there we go. If we had have triggered it, that would have made a massive hole. I don't think there's any way we would have survived that. Let's just gather up some of these bits and bobs of resources, because we can always put those back. And we would have got our scaffolding back. But yeah, if that would have killed you easily if you had have let that go off, if you had landed on the pressure plate. So don't do that. So right, let's hop out here now. Can I remember which way that we went? I think we came we came this way, didn't we? So let's fly up. And oh look, there's another one. Of course, I'm going to have to go back to all of these later on once we finish recording. And I'm going to have to mark all of these as looted, because I didn't cut them out like I normally would. Let's just zoom down here. And we'll come in here. See, normally what I do is when I loot one of these, I take all the terracotta out of the front, so that when I'm approaching it from the distance again, so that, because of course with me having such a large render distance, I can see that I've already been here. Right, let's hop in here though and see what we've got in this one. And we'll go with a scaffolding approach. And very carefully, let's gather up all that. And what have we got in this one? Ooh, diamond horse armour. More saddles that we've got. Oh, actually, we've got no space as well. So, ooh. Let's anger this guy, shall we? So there we go, let's go back to this. So what have we got in here? Let's wait for that remote to go. Fire aspect, I think I've got a few of those books already back at base. We have some more horse armour. Plenty of gunpowder. I suppose that gives you the hint that there is TNT beneath us. And oh, look at that, an enchanted apple. We'll take that and add it because we have a few more of those back at the base that we'll just drop those into storage. So there we go, let's take away these guys. We will carefully dig up the TNT. And climb back out of here. Okay, let's hop back out of here and see what we can find. I think that's probably going to be it for these ones because I'm sure we must be swooping around to the areas that I've already explored. Let's see, that village, if that has a half building on it, which it looks like it does there, that means that's the village where we got the cat achievement, which means that any more temples in this direction, at least for this surrounding region, have already been raided. Let's have a little explore here. Oh, have a look at that. That looks like an awesome biome in there, doesn't it? Looks like a little sort of oasis in the top of the mountains. Let's have a little zoom through here and have a look. Aye, this looks awesome, this one. Might have to maybe build a little outpost somewhere out here in the hillside. Let's have a look and see where we are, if there's any more deserts in this direction perhaps. But we must have started the loop around because there is one of my navigation towers out here. Let's see, I wonder if this is the... Which village does this one belong to? Is that the... I think that might be the end portal. Yeah, there's a nether portal at the back, and this must be where the end is. So actually, we can use this to get back home quickly. We can either go through the end, or the nether rather, but we're going to go through the end, I think. Haven't been to the end for absolutely ages. So let's have a quick drop down here, and we will get back to base. Of course, this is our train line here as well, that takes us right out, but we don't really want to go there. Oh, we've used a full stack. Oh, actually that is all of our rockets. We've used all of our rockets, spamming them. Right, let's head back here, and hopefully this should land us. Of course, it landed us where we last slept, and not back at our base. Alright, so now we're back at the beginning of our adventure, technically. Let's head over to this village here. Okay, so here we are in this creepy abandoned village. There doesn't appear to be any villagers around, but we've spent the night here. While we're here, let's have a look and see if there's anything in the back of this blacksmith's. And let's see, we've got some saplings and some diamonds and a few bits of bread. But what we're going to do now, though, is we're going to have a little look at what loot we have managed to bring back from raiding those temples. And of course, we've raided 4. And I appear to have left the box for one of these in the temple itself. So I'm going to have to quickly go and see if I can figure out which one of those that is. Okay everyone, now we're going to take a little look now at the loot we've managed to get from those 4 desert temples and what we've managed to scavenge from this village. There's something a bit suspicious about this village because there was a lot of cobwebs around. I wonder if this is maybe some kind of... I know they were bringing back these zombie villagers. I don't know whether or not that something like that has happened here because there was a lot of cobwebs in a lot of the buildings. There's spiders everywhere that I can hear underneath me. And there's a few zombie villagers about, so I don't entirely know what's going on in this village, but it's a bit suspicious. But anyway, let's have a look and see what we've managed to collect in from our temples. So we have a few bits of horse armour, we have just a few little sort of junk items, we did get some TNT in each of them as well, apart from the one that we set off. We've got a few books as well, which is always good. In the next one we've got a few more books, some golden apples, and just a few sort of junk items. keep hearing spiders everywhere. Some more books. We've got some saddles that we're just going to get rid of when we get back to base, because we have shulker boxes full of saddles. We'll never need any of those. We just had a few more regular apples and another book, some bones as well. And then we got another enchanting book and one of the rarest items, an enchanted apple. Oh, anyone hear a cat there? Of course, we've got some more horse armour, and of course, well, we also gathered up the chests as well. Plenty of rotten flesh and bones, just a few junk sort of items as well. And from this village, we got some diamonds, some saplings, just a few little bits of odds and ends. We also got this sword as well that I forgot to put back in. And oh, that's not from there, that's our bed. So there we go. That is all the sort of loot that you can get from a desert temple. So hope you enjoyed that. We've had a little bit of an explore outside of the base for a change. Is that creeper living in that house? So we've had a little bit of explore out of the base, a little bit away from digging that massive hole. I think we may have a little closer look, maybe at some jungle temples. Of course, I'll have to find another jungle biome, the one that I haven't, the two jungles that I know where they are. I have already raided them. Let's just gather up all these there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to now take all this stuff back to base, and I'm going to have to do it on foot because that was the last of my rockets. I thought I might have dropped them in a box, but no, we've used 3 full stacks on this little adventure. Unfortunately, me spamming them as I went, so I'm going to have to now walk back to base. I thought I might have had some in my ender chest, but I must have left that in the base. At least the chest that was, or the shulker box that was full of the rockets. So we've got quite a long journey for us back there. So I hope you enjoyed that. So don't forget to rate, comment, favourite, and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time.